Well, hello, everybody. Much love to you all. Got some updates to give. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing the book of Matthew, chapter 24, at 7 p.m. Eastern. So join in on that. That is one of the most popular chapters. It's really fitting with the times that we are in. And also, before I get into the news updates about the world elites having a secret meeting in Portugal today and Montana's new law and the Jerusalem Day flag march with all the violence that's going on, Monday, YouTube had locked my account out. They did this to numerous people. Since then, they stopped accumulating my views. Not that it's a matter of that, but that's kind of like, they're playing with things because the world looks at numbers. They locked me out. I had to call them. They told me it was malicious activity. Not really call them. I had to do some virtual text thing with them. They said it was malicious activity. Thing is I didn't even do anything on Monday. I was on vacation. I made no videos, nothing. All I did was post Bible verse of the day, and they said it was malicious activity at like 6 p.m. on Monday. And funny thing was, is I had no malicious activity. There was no malicious activity. They just were trying to lock us out. And since then, no one's getting notified. So in the community tab, and I'll share it tonight again, I started a Telegram to where I can share some of the things we're doing on here since people aren't getting notified, and we can talk privately with other people that are in the group too, to not have anybody, shadow us from communicating about the Word of God. It's called Biblical Truth 101. So, anyways, I'm going to get into sharing some of this news because some of it is pretty interesting what they're doing here. So, no idea what this is really about. World's elite are gathering for a secret meeting in Lisbon, Portugal. This is kind of weird and alarming that this is going on, but a open AI CEO, Sam Altman, will join forces with key leadership from firms like Microsoft and Google, which Google is part of YouTube, in this week as a secretive meeting of business and political elites kickstarts in Lisbon, Portugal. There's going to be people from Microsoft, DeepMind, Google, all types of people like this. The tech titans, as they're calling it, will be joined by political heavyweights, including former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, and Ukraine's foreign minister, from a range of discussions spanning with international relations, trade, energy, finances. There will be about 130 participants from 23 different countries in a private meeting. Pfizer is going to be one of them that's there. The BP chief, the Total Energy CEO, investors, number of EU politicians will be there. It'll be a 3-day event starting today, May 18th to the 21st. It is shrouded in mystery. So, what's really going to be going on here? They're going to be having people from the World Economic Forum that are going to be here. Uh, you know, people that are seeking to establish a new world order. Now, they're going to be talking about key topics like AI, which is really playing a big role in end times. The banking system, which we know that digital currency is already starting to flourish out in some countries and is coming here to the United States per July. China, energy transition, Europe, fiscal challenges, India, industrial policy and trade, NATO, Russia, transitional threats, Ukraine, and U.S. leadership. It's funny that the only leadership being talked about in this is the United States leadership. Um, I think a lot of the world knows that the U.S. is probably in the weakest state we've ever been in. But here, Montana became the first state to ban TikTok. They banned TikTok. You remember back in, I think, what was it, 2020 or 2019, Trump tried to ban it all in all. Now Montana has banned it, and the federal government and more than half of the U.S. states have prohibited the app of government devices, and Biden administration has threatened a national ban unless its parent company sells its shares. More than half of the U.S. states and federal government have a similar ban. The company has previously denied that it has ever shared data with the Chinese government and has said that the company would not do so if asked. We know that TikTok does share things, that's been proven. So this is a big ban. Montana's the first state to do it. So that's kind of a big step at trying to go against what is happening in China. We're trying to continue to shut them out of things because they already control enough in the world. Me personally, I think TikTok is a bad thing. I tried it for a tiny bit to spread gospel, but all I seen was perversion and lust. So I had to get rid of it because I felt that it was completely disgraceful to any man or woman of God to be subjugated to watching and having these things pop up, even if you don't follow it. But the Jerusalem Day flag march is taking place today, and scuffles are already breaking out. Yesterday, there was already reports that this could probably happen. All these links will be in the description. It says that a march is being conducted as a traditional route departing from the center of the city along King George and Aragon Street before splitting into two, with two men continuing through the Damascus Gate and the Muslim Quarter, and women continuing through the Jaff Gate before meeting up again to the Western Wall. So here's a little. I'm going to pause that one. Here's some more. I'm not going to play the whole clip, but these links will be in the description so you can watch it. But we're seeing that the Palestinians gather along the Gaza border to protest the flag march. So it was suspected that there was going to be a huge uptick of violence. They were already prepared for this. Jewish visitors to the Temple Mount raise Israeli flag and sing. So there's many Christians that are there supporting the Israelis, but violence is continuing to amp up over there. And I mean, it's just, we're in biblical times. There was also a video I seen yesterday where like families were fighting at Disneyland just over getting in the way of a picture. There's fights breaking out all across the world. Matthew 24, I mean, it fits in with what we're teaching tonight in Matthew 24 at 7 p.m. Eastern, that, violence is increasing. It's nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Remember, in the book of Exodus, God had said that he wanted to make a nation out of Moses. So when we look at nation, we look at people. When we look at kingdoms, we look at places like, Israel and Pakistan. So it's just, this is all biblical that's happening with all this violence. But this link could be in there too. I haven't done an archaeology find in a while. I thought this was kind of cool. The Second Temple merchants gave receipts. New discovery shows. They ended up finding tablets where it shows how they had basically gave receipts on small stone tablets. So this will be in the description to click on it, read it. It's about a 3-minute read. I think it's pretty interesting that, we're finding things like this, that how they did receipts back then and how they took census and how they did all this. Our archaeology is a pretty cool thing because it always backs up a lot of things biblical, and it backs up also things that also relate with how we do today. I mean, we print out receipts. They had receipts that they did back then on stone tablets. So it's really amazing. So I had finished recording why we study the Old Testament explained. Now I need to put it together as a video. I've done the audio. This will kind of talk about some things as well that will enlighten a lot of people of why we need to study. So like I said, I'll put at the end of this, you'll see up here or over here to show tonight's video. Of course, it's not live yet, but it will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern night. Please join in. We've got to fight this algorithm. I normally don't push hit the like button. I normally don't push subscribe. I normally don't push share. But since Monday, there was a news channel that has like 2 million subscribers. He went live and he only had like 6 people live. That kind of shows you what they're doing. They're really shutting us out. I have a Telegram, I have a Rumble, but the Telegram I will use to communicate with people and eventually maybe do some fellowship together on that too. The Rumble's going to be the last resort. I mean, I'm going to wait for YouTube to totally crash before I get off the YouTube. But with 8,300 of us on here, there's a lot of people that are not getting notified. And we have to fight against it. It's just also on a video the other day, they stripped some 20 some odd likes, which takes away the algorithm from spreading the message. They like to do these things. They continue to strip them. They continue to remove all they can. So keep your heads up, guys. We fight from victory, not from defeat. None of us are perfect. There's a difference between practicing sin and not practicing sin. And a lot of us are being tried in our faiths right now. A lot of us are being tried with our emotions right now, with the way things are going. Look, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. It's going to come like a thief in the night, guys. We have to be prepared. Much love.